people, I'm Jennifer Ziliotto. I feel like I've been taking you through a little tour of my house. We were in my bathroom and my kitchen, and now we're in my reading nook. You may recognize this couch, our old friend from the Danforth store. And today I wanted to talk about some books that I have that are inspirational and are pick-me-ups and I guess recommended reading. Starting with this book, The Happiness Advantage. I don't know if you've read it. It's by Sean Achor. Great book. I read this quite a few years ago, and it talks about he started a course at Harvard on happiness, basically studied it and put together a course and has some great tips in here. This is really helpful if you like to delve into a topic, have kind of a scientific mind. So the research is in this, and it really helps give you good ideas and insights into your own personality. And one thing that I learned about myself is that I love to learn. And so if you follow 5 of those tips of things that you love and build those into your daily life, then you will be happy. So I like to learn, and so I read a lot. Book number 1. This is another old favorite of mine. I've had it for probably about 15 years. I actually bought it and then bought it again, so it doesn't look that old. She's Shakti Gay Witness. She's kind of a bit of a trailblazer, and Oprah Winfrey is a fan of hers. This is like helps you manifest things in your life, helps you get grounded. Each chapter is simple exercises in creative visualization. So they're meditations that you can do. And sometimes it's hard to read a book and meditate at the same time. But what I have done in the past is I've recorded the meditation and then played it back. Really inspirational. This is something that I refer to over and over throughout the years. Next up, this book has been amazing. I think this is my first Brené Brown book that I've read, Daring Greatly. She's amazing. She, again, more on this scientific level because she's a researcher. I'm sure you've all heard of her. She's got the famous TED Talk on vulnerability, which is exactly what this book is about. It really gives you insights into people and the human experience. And what I love about this book is it makes you remember that we are all basically one and that we all have similar experiences and that it's important to share those experiences. And I find Brené Brown not only talks the talk, but she also walks the walk. All right. This book, I think, is probably going to be forever on my all-time favorite books of all time. I adored this book. It's quite heavy duty. It took me, no joke, a year to get through. I would read a few pages, put it down, pick it up again. This is one of those books that kept coming onto my radar. One of my good friends, Elizabeth LaCicero, hi Elizabeth, had told me about it, and she told me that I absolutely have to read it. Then one day I was doing yoga with my lovely yoga instructor, Lynn. You may remember her from a video from probably a couple years ago. She often would start her yoga practice reading a passage out of a book. And one day she read a passage out of this book, and I was just like, oh my God, I was blown away. And anybody I know who's read John O'Donohue absolutely loves him. He talks about the human experience again, and he's poetic. I don't know how to talk about this book. That's how deep it is. It's just lovely. If you want to, he's a poet, philosopher, and scholar, guides you through the spiritual landscape of the Irish imagination. In Karam, Gaelic for soul friend, the ancient teachings, stories, and blessings of Celtic wisdom provide such profound insights on the universal themes of friendship, solitude, love, and death. Absolutely. I couldn't have said it better myself. Anyway, if this is something that you like reading, that kind of thing, then you will love John O'Donohue. And lastly, this is another book that has kind of saved me at times in my darkest hour. It has been with me for many years now, probably about 12 years. And it was one of those books that jumped out at me. I was at the library one day and I saw this cover and it kind of looks like my style. And I was like, oh, what's that? And I borrowed it and I fell in love with it. And then I bought it. So basically, Sonia Choquette, she is a psychic. She lives in the United States, and this is a channeled book. It sounded crazy to me at first, but when you read it, you start to understand. And what I love about this book is it tells you basically life lessons and how to cope with them. So when you read it through, you really get a great sense of it. But what I do sometimes now, if I find I'm going in a moment of feeling challenged or having some difficulty or just wanting some inspiration or kind of like almost like somebody to tell me where I'm at, I just simply sit here and open it and feel like the message is in there. And what I love about it, it's kind of like a little bit of a workbook. So you read through the channeling, you read through Sonia's actual experience, and then it gives you kind of little tips that you can do throughout the day to help you turn things around. So I find it really, really helpful. She's also a good friend of Julia Cameron, who wrote The Artist's Way, if you know that book, another fabulous book. In fact, you know what? That should be my honorable mention, is The Artist's Way. A really great book for anybody who is feeling creative or wanting to delve into the creative process. Et voilà, my top 5 books on how to stay sane. I mean, I say that they're on happiness, but they're really on staying inspired, staying grounded, and feeling good. Hope you liked this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. And of course, for more style ideas, for more inspiration, or just simply to see what I am up to, please follow me on Facebook and on Instagram.